Good evening, everyone, and welcome to twitch.tv/Hive Esports Games for our first ever foray into our own adventure into amateur and semi-professional collegiate esports. And we are starting off with the Hive Esports Teamfight Tactics series. It's week 1, round 1. Game 1 will be coming up shortly. My name is William. Next to me is George.
It's nice to be here.
Absolutely. So George, obviously, this is a new realm for many of us, both on the broadcasting side as well as on the gameplay side. Not a lot of our players are familiar with Teamfight Tactics, so would you please just go into a little bit of detail of what we're expecting over the next 10 weeks of competition?
Yeah, well, first of all, TFT is a strategy deck builder game, so it's real-time strategy. During this tournament, players will play 2 rounds of TFT each week, and each week will vary a little bit. We'll be playing different versions of TFT, which include Chunks Treasures and Set Revival, and a double up for the finale. The tournament format will be point system based. The player will be given points based on their position in the TFT game. If you come first, you'll gain 8 points, and if you come last, you'll gain 1 point, and everything else in the middle.
Absolutely, and of course, at the end of this, at the end of 10 weeks of competition, there is a to-be-determined prize for the winner, as well as the title, of course, of Hive Esports Teamfight Tactics Series Champion.
Very exciting.
There is also a real tangible prize for them should they rise to the top of the pile. We have got our first lobby coming up soon. That's Newt Silver, It's Steph, Patat, Extra Thick, and Nicotine. Now, just looking at those 5 names there, George, I don't know how much you know about them. They are absolutely, I'm in the racing world, so I'm completely unfamiliar with their own abilities in TFT, but what can we expect to see from this first round of competition?
Well, I'm expecting some silly fun games. All of these people I know personally and are good friends of mine. They're not particularly high ranked, but that doesn't stop them from playing really well. Personally, my bets are on Newt Silver winning, as although she downplays herself, she always comes out on top. But we do also have some new players with Nicotine joining us today.
So definitely a mixed bag in terms of levels of experience. I think
Indeed.
a lot of people will... I think it's big in the league scene as well, isn't it, Teamfight Tactics, because I think those 2 games are sort of connected. So it'll be interesting to see how well the league players do in this tournament. I don't know how many of these guys play League of Legends already.
Yeah.
So
based on current information or lack thereof, who do you think is going to be doing great?
Ooh, I'm essentially picking names out of a hat, really, aren't I? But we're just about to go into it. Newt Silver, It's Steph, Patat, Extra Thick, and Nicotine. I'm going to throw my hat into the ring and say, to be a contrarian, I'll say It's Steph is going to take it today.
Yeah. Steph is a prominent contender, actually. He always seems to do well despite the situation, so hopefully he can come through today. It appears he got Callista, who is part of the Soul Fighter trade. We'll see if he goes into that later on.
Just focusing on our first round of competition. What is everyone looking to do here? We're now focused on Patat here. There you see his sprite in the bottom left corner. What exactly is everyone looking to do in the early game here? You see the planning phase has just started.
Well, good question. The planning phase is just people getting some items, getting champions, thinking about what comps they're going to be doing. So, you know, maybe we'll see people forcing comps, or maybe we'll see some flexibility here. But yeah, the first round's all about planning, obviously.
This is everyone planning their attack. You see Nicotine there.
Picking up a little power snack. If for those of you who don't know what power snacks are, in this set, you can give your power snack to one of your units, and it will give them a special power-up. How interesting does that sound?
Sounds very interesting. I do wonder how these powers will come into play later on in the game. You see some of these guys are leveling up to level 3 here. This is Newt Silver already. Seeing lots of little sprites on the screen, more than we saw right at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, Newt Silver there rocking her little bee poggle skin. Very thematic for Hive gaming. I know. Hopefully other people will get the theme and pull out their bee sprites as well.
Definitely. So what exactly are we seeing here? Because of course this isn't the same as sort of League of Legends or anything like that. This isn't really PvP.
Yeah.
we've got to choose here now. Our players
Yes.
being presented with 3 different choices.
Yes, so at certain points of the game, people will be offered augments. An augment can either be silver, gold, or platinum. Prismatic, not platinum, excuse me. And I'm supposed to be the TFT player here, falling behind right now. But yeah, platinum. Oh my god, I've done it again. Prismatic traits are considered the most powerful. We can see here someone has Prismatic Destiny. I believe that's Steph with Prismatic
Yes.
Destiny, one of my favorite traits. Augments, I mean. It gives you a random augment and a bit of gold.
I think he's chosen quality over quantity there, though. I don't know.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that the
yeah.
choice you would have made in that situation out of those 2?
Well, quality over quantity is definitely not that bad, actually. I believe quality over quantity gives you a radiant item if you only have 1 item on your character, which can be interesting as radiant items are really powerful items, but will it be enough?
We're seeing Steph versus Patat here. We've got Steph's characters in the bottom left and the top right attacking his Patat's characters, and there you go, big attack from Patat. We're now switching over to Newt Silver, still just by herself.
Oh, who is she again? Oh, I'm not sure who she might be against, one of those Phil people, I'm not sure. But it seems like she lost this first round, but that's okay, that's okay. TFT is all about coming back. As you can see in the bottom right, the loss streaking. The more losses one person gets, the more gold they will gain. And hopefully they will be able to make a turn based on their amount of gold.
So it definitely balances out somewhat. If you
Yes,
find yourself on the losing end of a few games, you'll have the econ to be able to
Yes.
get all that back and then some. So
Econ,
obviously
the
more
perfect
gold.
word there as well. That's
Yeah,
what
I
we call it
know.
in TFT. You can see on the left, there's like, wow, not now because we're in the early stages of the game, but you'll see a person's econ for every 10 gold one player gets. They will get an additional 1 gold at the start of each round at a max of 5. So econing is definitely one way to play.
Definitely, we're seeing a lot of combat going on now in the middle of the screen. That's Newt Silver versus Extra Thick. Seeing a lot of engagement in the corners of the field here.
It appears Newt Silver's backline has, Newt Silver's frontline, apologies, has killed the backline of Extra Thick. There we go.
And I think that's Newt Silver taking the victory on that particular occasion. Now we're focusing here on Nicotine. I haven't seen her in a couple of minutes. I think she is in our own planning phase.
Yeah,
At level 4 now.
It appears like she's going the crew, but oh no, maybe the protector trait, my bad. Which is one of my favorite comms actually. Protector is one of my favorite traits. Essentially, it just gives the unit a shield after they lose a certain amount of health, but it can be quite strong as the shield eventually stacks.
There you go, already starting to think tactically. Of course, this isn't your classic esport point, click, shoot. This is all about strategy, keeping that cognitive function at a maximum. And now we've got Nicotine and Newt Silver going at it. Fight!
Fight to the death.
Fight to the death, absolutely. And we've seen that big, strong character up front. I believe that's the one with the protector trait, the one with the shield.
Yep,
So he'll have a big amount of staying
Yeah,
power.
there
We
it
see he starts to
is.
gain
See
a bit
that
of health
shield?
as we reach 50% here. Now
Oh,
Nicotine and Newt Silver themselves going at it as their characters fight in the center of the battlefield here. And already it looks like
Newt Silver is steamrolling at the moment.
Yeah.
She's taking out Nicotine as well, but look at them in the top left.
a lot of low health here as well.
I like, do you see them like emoting with each other, just having a little fun
Having
time?
a little fun.
See what I mean with silly
Fun games.
Silly fun. That's what I'm here for, you know. I love a bit of silly fun.
And we are back in the carousel.
Where are the carousel? Oh, someone's done their research. I love that.
I did. I watched a
Oh,
16-minute video before I came
that's
here.
exciting. That's
Every
exciting.
TFT fundamental explained. Something
Oh,
like
that's
that.
good. That's good. It appears we're having some technical difficulties at the
No.
moment, so we will.
Oh, there we
never
go.
mind. Oh, we're back. We're back.
We are back. A little freeze.
I wonder what. Oh, Nicotine appears to be taking her time. My apologies. Oh, she's going for a recurve bow. Love that. I wonder what everyone else is going to be going for, or if anyone got their things stolen from them. I wonder. Oh, it looked like that Fluff of Porous was going for what Newt Silver wanted, but Newt Silver got there first. Oh, Newt Silver. Oh, excuse me, that was really weird. I meant. I'm sorry.
We're back in the planning phase once again. You see level 5 there for Newt Silver and for Extra Thick and for I think that's a filler bot.
Yeah, I think that might
Yeah.
be one of the filler. We don't care about those people.
It's fine. They're not even human. But it's fine.
They're all bots.
They're all bots.
We
but
only care about Nicotine, Nude Silver, Steph, Patat, and Extra Thick at the moment.
absolutely. We do have a second lobby playing concurrently as well
We do.
for points as well.
How do you think
So-
that's going?
I don't know actually. I mean, I can barely understand when I'm seeing it, let
I know,
alone when I'm
that's
not
true.
seeing it. But as you see, we've now got It's Steph and Newt Silver going at it. Newt Silver crucially has reached level 5. It's Steph
Yep.
still at level
Level
4.
four.
Be a natural disadvantage for Steph. We'll see if Newt can capitalize. What are we seeing here immediately, George? Are we seeing Newt start to take advantage
Nude
of
Silver,
that higher
Nude Silver
level?
is steamrolling. I see she
There
got
we
Kog'Maw
go.
there, which is, I believe she's going heavyweight Kog'Maw at the moment. Kog'Maw is a very good champion that scales. Specifically, the more rounds it plays and the more kills it gets, the stronger it gets. So it'll be exciting to see how that plays out in the late game.
I think that's Newt Silver taking the victory back into the planning stage.
Steph seems to be
For
not doing very well at
Steph,
the moment. Steph,
it
what the hell?
Does not seem to be going very well for Steph. And I heard with Extra Thick up in Candyland, it would
Extra Thick
seem.
also appears to be doing heavyweight. Yeah, I see that actually. Candy look very pink, very vibrant,
Making
very
me a
sweet.
bit hungry.
So I'm not much of a sweet person myself. I'm more of a savory gal. Although I do love me a pastry. I go feral over pastries. But yeah, it appears that Extra Thick is also going heavyweight, but slightly different.
So we'll see how that turns out. We've got Roger Baru. That's one of our
One of our
lovely,
bots.
helpful assistant bots that Extra
Yes,
Thick
yes,
is going to be
yes.
coming up against. Both at level 5, so no disadvantage like we saw with Steph versus Newt here. We're seeing a lot of engagement in the middle of the field already. A couple of characters going down, and that looks like Roger Baru really not enjoying his time. The Extra Thick laying the hammer down.
Got absolutely swept right there. That poor guy.
Poor little bot. And we're seeing some smooth moves there up in the top right corner of the
Yeah.
battlefield. Now we've got Nicotine and Patat
Also,
both engaging in the bottom left of the corner while their characters duel it out. And I think
that Patat getting the win
yeah,
there.
again, you see that level disadvantage. Nicotine still only at level 4, and that proves decisive in
Yeah.
combat.
But as we can see, Nicotine is on 40 gold and a 4 loss streak, so maybe her econ will take her to victory. We'll see. But as we can see in the top, Nude Silver and Extra Thick maintaining their leads, but unfortunately Nicotine and Steph are falling behind. Hopefully they can come back a little bit later.
It's not going massively well for Nicotine and Steph, but of course they do have those loose streaks,
Yes,
which of course will improve their econ later in the match. We are now
Yeah.
seeing Newt Silver again, just by themselves planning.
Yeah. Hopefully she gets some items for that Kog'Maw. I can see she's got Trade Sector actually, which is going to be great for rerolling. Again, Kog'Maw is one of those scaling characters, so the higher level and better investment you can get on Kog'Maw, the more strongly it's going to perform.
And some additional planning here for Newt. We'll see what type of comp she goes for. It's one of our bots actually, the first to reach level 6. And followed by another one of our bots just about reaching level 5. I still don't think everyone is at level 5 yet. I think Steph and Nick
Yeah.
are still
Oh,
at
no,
level 4. Steph has reached level
Steph
5.
finally level 5.
Nick still level 4.
They
So-
could potentially. It appears Nick is going the crew, which is a reroll comp. So essentially, staying lower levels could be beneficial to them. So hopefully, once she hits that 3-star Malphite, she'll get buffs from the crew, which will allow her to keep the chances for gaining crew champions while still leveling up.
And we're about to see another mismatch
Steph
of levels here.
versus
Steph
Nicotine
versus
here.
Nicotine, absolutely. Nicotine still at level 4. Seeing Newt Silver going on a win streak. 5 wins now in a row for Newt Silver. That will also improve her econ quite a bit as well. You get that
Yeah.
extra goal for a win streak as well. So momentum is what's important here in
Yeah.
teamfight tactics. And it's Steph has taken the win there.
Something
over
to mention
Nicotine.
really quickly, Steph is going Crystal Gambit, so winning is actually not great for him. Crystal Gambit is one of those gambling ones where the more you lose, the more points you get in that little thing in the bottom, in the left. I don't know if you can see that, the 030.
Ah, yes.
The more you lose, the more points you get, and the more points you get, the higher score and better rewards you'll get from it when you cash out. But it appears Nicotine was a little bit too weak at the moment for Steph to continue his loss streak. But as we can see, we get another Radiant Augment. Prismatic. I can't find the right word today.
We see
It's a
Newt
so
Silver
long
as well,
day.
and Extra Thick and Patat all reaching level 6. That's going to be crucial for them, trying to keep up their
Yeah.
own win streaks as
Yeah.
well.
Unfortunately, though, it appears Nat is quite low on economy at the moment, so that might come back for her a little bit later. But yeah, 3-2 is a good place to get level 6. It's what we would consider as a standard time to level up to 6, which is quite good.
Now seeing a double level 6 matchup. This is Newt Silver versus Patat. And a large amount of engagement in the center of the battlefield here. A bit of ranged combat as well.
Yeah.
Towards the back as well, but
Newt Silver slamming some items so she can secure that victory, which is completely understandable.
I believe she's trying to keep up a win streak, and I think that's going to
As she
happen.
should.
They start to gank up on that one last character, and that's it for Newt Silver. Extra
Yeah.
thick as well. You see there on the right-hand side of your screen,
Yeah,
also on
yeah.
a 5-win streak.
Maintaining those victories. Something I've learned about Extra Thick is he does really well in the early stages of the game, but sometimes falls off in the late game. So hopefully he'll be able to maintain that win streak. But yeah,
Definitely.
Newt Silver with the heavyweight emblem on the Cogmore, giving him more health, giving him more attack damage. So potentially, we'll never seen that before actually. So that seems exciting.
Definitely. Always going through uncharted territory with 10 seconds left in this planning phase, as you see on the
Yeah.
top of your screen. We've got a couple 6-win streaks, one of them being who we're focusing on right now, Newt Silver. But of course, those losing streaks as well are something to keep an eye on. Those guys are gaining econ just at the same rate as the guys who are winning as well.
Yeah.
And we've now got another bit of a mismatch. That's Nikity versus Newt Silver. You'd have to imagine Newt Silver will be taking win number 7 in a row. It doesn't look great for Nikity immediately. Losing health all over the shop here. Already one of our characters going down in the middle of the park here, and you'll have to imagine those ranged characters towards the back of the battlefield won't be lasting too much longer either.
Nikki
As they
standing
start
her
to advance.
ground.
Not going down without a fight, that much is true, but you see Kakaro there at the top, one of our bots, also reaches a win streak of 5 wins, and that is it between Newt and Nikity there. 7 in a row now for Newt Silver.
Newt Silver, she's coming on strong at the moment. Oh, back on our carousel. Hopefully our players can get the items they're looking for. Nikki and Steph up first. Steph going for a giant spell and Nikki on a Rod of Ages. Potentially some tank and AP items here. Oh, these are our bots. We don't care about those guys. Extra
Definitely.
thick. Oh, very speedy there. Probably has metabolic acceleration as one of his augments. Going for the recurve bow. He wants that attack speed. And Newt Silver going for chain vest. Probably going for some tankiness, which is good for her comp as heavyweights thrive off being tanky.
Definitely, and of course wants to do everything possible to maintain that win streak. It'll
Yeah.
all snowball for Newt Silver, who currently carries a 7-win streak.
Insane. That's really good.
Very, very strong indeed.
Steph with 64 points on his Crystal Gambit. It doesn't look like it's paying off too well for him at the moment.
Still just in our planning phase, 5 seconds to go here. Everyone lining up their team compositions. We're starting to see exactly what sort of composition and play style these individual players do prefer here. We've now got Steph versus Extra Thick here. 2 level 6 matchups. Of course, Steph looking for a win now, really, after what has been quite a torrid start for him in the early going here. Finds himself second last on the leaderboard there on the right-hand side of your screen. I don't think it's going any better for him.
Absolutely flawed. Yeah,
And that's
absolutely
Extra
stomped.
Thick, taking the win.
Yeah. Potentially good for Steph, though, again. Still has the Crystal Gambit. Oh, no. Wait. Do we see here Nat taking her first loss? Second loss, my apologies. Oh,
She
not her win
does.
streak.
Against Kakara, who's a level lower as well. Bit of an
Unfortunate.
upset, I would say.
Well, it was bound to happen between the 2 win-streaking people.
Something had to give, and unfortunately it was Newt Silver's 7-win streak
Yeah,
that came
unfortunate.
to an end. So that's a big loss of momentum for Newt Silver in terms of econ here.
Yeah.
So she will have
Silver-
to start from square one.
Newt Silver holding onto her items at the moment, which might be questionable because if she was going for the win streak, she might have used them. But maybe she has ulterior motives, or maybe she forgot. We'll never know.
We'll never know.
Or yeah, or maybe simply she just doesn't have the items she needs as of right now. Going into our next fight here, who will it be? Newt Silver against Extra Thick, who has changed his comp from heavyweight to mech pilot. I wonder how that's going for him. I'm not sure if he'll be able to beat Nude Silver.
Well, no, don't. It seems like a fairly even scrap, actually, in the early going here. I'm
Actually,
seeing
now
characters
that you
going
mention
down
it.
on both sides. I think Newt Silver now has the numerical advantage here.
No.
Actually, saying that, here comes Extra Thick, more ranged characters
Yeah,
coming into the
potentially more
fight late
damage,
on.
Yeah, unfortunately there, Nude Silver just didn't have the damage for Extra Thick there.
I think Extra Thick was very much wearing down Newt Silver in the middle of the battlefield, and those
Yeah.
ranged characters chipping away eventually came in late on.
Yeah,
and
Patat
sealed the
taking a
deal.
loss from one of our bots, unfortunately, but hopefully she... Oh, what is she going? She's... Oh, it appears she's also going Mighty Mech Strategist.
Interesting stuff here. So we are focused on Patat here in their own planning phase. They have 5 seconds to go.
It appears she's gotten a artifact anvil from one of her augments, both Living Forge and... Oh, Living Forge, yes. After a few rounds, she will get an artifact anvil. Now, artifacts are really strong items, but potentially really niche. So hopefully she can make full use of whatever she's got here. Taking down Raptors. Or Wolves, I mean.
And that seemed pretty easy for Patat really in the end, didn't it?
Yeah, I'd be a bit scared if someone failed to take down Raptors.
Definitely. And there goes Newt Silver and Extra Thick. First 2 players to reach level 7
yeah.
tonight. So that's going to be big for them.
Level 7 gives good percentages for 3 costs. So maybe they'll be getting their 3 costs up this round. As we can see, Newt Silver has 3 costs. So, and I believe this is a reroll comp. So she's going to be wanting to get those Cogmos.
And she'll go up against Roger Barrow, one of our bots.
Yeah.
In this particular scrap, and we'll see immediately. Green is Newt Silver, red is Roger Barrow on the right-hand side, and it looks like first blood goes to Newt Silver, but Roger's fighting back just as hard, but I think Newt Silver just has the numerical advantage, and that's going to be it.
Newt Silver
First win,
Newt Silver
hopefully.
coming back.
First of
Nicotine
many.
getting crushed by Extra Thick there, but it seems like she didn't do too bad, so...
Didn't do too bad, but a 2-level difference is never...
Yeah, I'm praying for Nick to come back. You got this, Nick. I believe. I believe in you,
Absolutely.
Nick.
Unfortunately, sits at the foot of the leaderboard right now with just 33 points.
Picking our augments once again. And as we will also see in a minute, Nicotine also going for the crew. Again, she's looking for those 3 stars, and she looks really close to them, but unfortunately might be a bit unlucky with what she's getting at the moment, which could be potentially holding her back from leveling up. But, oh, there we go, 3-star Shen. She's 1 away from 3-star Malphite and only 2 away from 3-star Sivir. Now, again, the crew, the more 3-star, the 3 costs you have, the more 3 stars you have, the stronger your comms get. So, I'm hoping she gets that.
Definitely need something fast to get off the foot of the leaderboard. Only a third of the points of Extra Thick, who currently leads the way with 98 points. Looking good in round number 1 for Extra Thick.
Nicotine accidentally skipping one of her Sivirs. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's gonna hold her back quite a bit.
Poor
wait.
clicking form, but we'll see now.
Oh, hold on. Now that I'm seeing it, Nicotine is actually, like...
That's first blood for Nicotine. This composition looks very, very strong.
Yeah, although Nicotine's position, she seems to be doing pretty well. Although the enemy here, Steph, seems to be slamming his items, but it won't be enough. Nicotine comeback.
And that is it.
Yeah.
Nicotine draws blood against Steph, and that's going to take her off the foot of the leaderboard. Unfortunately, demote Steph down
All the way down.
to last place on 31 points. Still Extra Thick, leading the way back in the planning phase for another 30 seconds. Still some of our combatants yet to reach level 7, some yet to reach level 6, but
Yeah.
focusing now on Extra Thick, who has reached level 7. What are you immediately seeing as well as Nicotine as well levels up?
Wow, what I'm noticing is Extra Thick on 100 health, even though he has losses, so I'm assuming that's due to Tiniest Titan. Yeah, it just hit level 7, potentially going for a reroll Malzahar here, ditching the heavyweight to go for Mighty Mech as we... Oh, 3-star Malzahar! Insane. A 3-star 3 cost right there. That's gonna do quite a bit, actually. Malzahar especially, his ability stacks on the enemy, so that's gonna do quite a bit of damage. And as we will see here, he seems to be shredding through the front line. Oh, never mind.
Not
This
going down without a
fluff
fight.
of burrows. Yeah. Malzahar ability on the back line, but it won't be enough to take them out. Unfortunately, a loss for him. Never mind. Wait, this is so close. Oh, just not enough.
That's
Close.
Kakaro taking the
Very
win.
close though. That Cassante going all out right at the end. Just unfortunate.
So back to the carousel at the end of that round of combat. Extra Thick still leads the way. 91 health. Down at the bottom of the leaderboard at the minute, it's Steph 21. So it's not
Yeah.
looking good for Steph. Steph on something of a loss streak at the minute. But of course, as we've mentioned, that will help his econ later in the
Yeah.
game. So not over for any of these guys by any means. But
Nikity taking Varus, a 5 cost, going for BF Sword, potentially looking for more damage. Yeah. Everyone got their items. Hope they were satisfied with what they got and hope no one got any of their stuff stolen from them.
I'm back in the planning phase once again.
Yeah, it looks like Steph has migrated from Crystal Gambit and chosen to go for Mighty Mech, a very contested comp at the moment. I think if I remember, Patat and who else was that? Extra Thick, both on Mighty Mech here. So units contested all round.
About to enter another round of combat here in just a couple of seconds. We've got Extra Thick versus It's Steph. Extra Thick at the top of the leaderboard. It's Steph at the bottom. This will be a big fight to try and turn around the game for either of these guys here. We have a
Unfortunately,
small freeze.
due to technical difficulties, we will update you on the fight very shortly. Oh, here we go. It appears that Steph might be taking the lead on this fight.
Definitely looks
Yeah.
that way.
Extra Thick's frontline absolutely shredded by that Janna, but will they get deleted by the Malzahar ability? No, Janna's shield to stay. Oh no, Malzahar infecting everyone. Very close for Steph. But maybe we should be hopeful for Steph. I mean, if he almost beat Extra Thick, what's next?
Absolutely, you'd have to imagine, even though didn't quite get the W, his head will be held high for his next matchup. Extra Thick,
Yeah.
definitely the strongest on the battlefield right now. I see 95 points at the minute. It's Steph, unfortunately, down to just 12. It's really not been the best game, but of course,
Yeah.
he can always come back. TFT is one of those games that will always try and
Let
pick you
get
back
that
up.
Comeback, yeah.
Absolutely. We are seeing Nikity's planning phase as well. She currently sits on 19 points, third
Nikity-
to last.
Nikity opting for Varus, which is her 5 cost, which does have sharing trait with Sivir from the crew. So hopefully the 5 cost will be able to carry her through these fights. Unfortunately, she's against one of the top contending players at the moment. So hopefully we'll see some... Oh, wow.
It looks good.
Varus punching through the front line, but it appears the enemy Sivir might also be shredding through her front line.
Definitely a close fought game here. But I think it's going to just about go the way
Ooh, that
of
was
Nikity.
so close. That was
Kakaro.
really close.
Big blow there to Kakaro, who now falls to third on just 61. That's a big win
And Nikity
for
comeback.
Nikity. The Nikity comeback could well be on.
I'm so here for... Oh, Steph. It's Steph out of this round, unfortunately. An 8th place. Very awkward.
Be just a 1 point for Steph in week number 1. Thankfully, he does have 9 weeks to turn it back around here.
Yeah, I mean, I once did a TFT competition and I flopped so hard at the beginning, but still managed to rise up and come, I think, 3rd or 4th. So still lots of hope for Steph. And hopefully
Definitely.
we'll see him again soon.
Absolutely. As we now just see Patat here in their own planning phase here.
Yeah.
Level 7.
Choosing
Level
some
8
items.
now
Yeah,
for
level
Newt
8
Silver.
for Newt Silver. If we could take a quick look at Newt Silver to see how she's doing.
What perks do we get for level 8 as well? See Extra Thick as well at the top of the board on 97. Level 8, what does that do for you?
Well, level 8, obviously you get more units, you get higher chance of getting higher tier units, and as we see, Newt Silver getting 3-star Kog'Maw, which is insane. Again, as we mentioned, Kog'Maw being a scaling unit.
And it's Newt Silver versus Nikity here You'd have to imagine this is advantage Newt Silver with the higher level, but of course Nicotine with a bit of momentum on her side as well in her own right. But the front line of Nicotine, I think, struggling to hold back the pressure initially here. One character does go down up at the front line. They're starting to attack the back line now. Another one goes down. A couple of Newt's characters going down as well. This isn't too far apart, but I think Newt Silver does just about get it done.
Strong fight from Nicotine there. She was so close to securing that victory, but unfortunately Kog'Maw just absolute machine gun there. But same with the Varus. The Varus absolute minigun. But I fear Nicotine was just not able to clear Newt Silver's front line as quickly.
And so that is the advantage that you get. Being just that one level higher can make all the difference. Absolutely, I think that was the difference maker, because Nicotine still at level 7 really put up a good fight. Looked strong in all areas of the battlefield, I think, and definitely I
agree,
think was only really that one level difference. Patat as well gets up to level 8 as well. So additional units for a good amount of our players now, as we are about to enter another round of combat.
Yeah, looking at extra thick here again with his 3-star Malzahar, but I'm also seeing a 2-star Karma, which is a 4-cost, and a Varus as well. Questionable. Never mind. Wait, Varus is part of Wraith, so full Wraith. Unfortunately, his front line absolutely falling through, but
This looks strong from Nicotine here.
Nicotine comeback.
She gets it done against Extra Thick, who still does sit at the top of the leaderboard. But Nicotine on just 8 points, meaning she stays alive for just a few more rounds, looking to make her way.
Nicotine holding on at the moment, as you saw that really cute boom as well. I don't know if you saw that.
I actually
that was really adorable.
It's quite a cutesy game, isn't it? Teamfight Tactics. Not your average gritty shooter game that you see in most
it's one of the
esports,
reasons
really.
I love TFT so much. It's calm, it's chill.
You almost can't be mad at it.
You'd be surprised. Some of the games I've played. But yeah, especially like for an example, that Nicotine Newt Silver game earlier where Newt Silver only just defeated Nicotine. Can imagine how Nicotine was feeling in that moment.
Absolutely. As we now see Patat versus Newt Silver, 2 at level 8 combatants we've seen for the first time tonight here, and immediately it looks like Patat might be getting it done. Newt Silver unable to withstand the pressure here.
Yeah, we
haven't
haven't
seen a bit
seen
more of a sweep there from Patat.
Yeah, we haven't seen much from Patat, but she seems to be like making a come through at the moment. She's on a 5-win streak and she's like coming through.
We are back in Carousel here after a 5-win streak for Patat. A couple of our players up to level 8. Unfortunately, Roger Baru, one of our bots, and Steph both having dropped out of the competition, having dropped below 0 health.
Unfortunate again. Hoping to see everyone back again. Patat going for Gwen, one of the 5 costs. Surprisingly, Yoni not being picked as another 5 cost. Although people have been going Mighty Mech, I'm surprised that he wasn't picked up, as Yoni shares the Mighty Mech trait. But as we can see here, Patat going full Mentor, which is a particularly strong company late game, which is probably why we didn't see much of her in the early game.
We are still just in the planning phase. 5 seconds to go. You're seeing on the right-hand side what compositions everyone is picking. But now combat will commence, and it's Newt Silver versus Nicotine yet again. 2 level 8 combatants, both on fairly low health. 15 versus
get her
8.
Revenge? Nicotine, get your revenge. As we can see, she's got Twisted Fate. Oh, Nicotine, I'm here for you. Come on, Nicotine.
It looks very close run as Patak gets their 6th win in a row.
Oh, Nicotine comeback, but it was not enough, unfortunately. Kog'Maw's scaling is just too much.
And that's Newt Silver taking Nicotine out of the game.
Well done.
6th place for Nicotine in week number 1.
Oh, as we can see, Newt's over here getting her Kobuko, but she's gonna have to give up Darius, or hold out until the next round, which she has the health to do, but it's risky. Nope, she sacrificed her Darius for the 3-star Kobuko, which is what I would have done, to be fair. 3-star Kobuko is just insane. Nicotine
versus Newt, I believe.
Yeah. What is it?
Patat versus Netsubi is what we're going to keep an eye on, as well as Kakaro here.
Kakaro versus Extra Thick. Extra Thick's changing too much. Yeah, his
Kakaro
front
just on
line
4
getting...
health, so this is a must-win, really, for Kakaro if he wants to stay in the game.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like it's going to go that way, I don't believe.
Kakaro coming through. Newt Silver on
Newt Silver
one
on
health.
1 health, just about hanging
Wow.
on by a thread with that recent loss.
Hopefully she can go against someone she can beat next round, and hopefully Kakaro will be taken out. Patat, like, dark horse over here, underdog. Like,
Definitely up to the top of the board. Netsubi up to level 8 as well. So some additional units for them as well.
yeah,
Under the
hopefully
bots.
our players can get some good items or gold from this that will help them survive. Patat getting lots of gold from that. We'll see what she gets from her golden orb. She gets a completed artifact, completed item anvil. And she's going to go for Spear of Shojin. Probably going to give that to... Oh, Senna. Okay. Trying to get some AD damage up in there as her comp is primarily magic damage. Very smart. Very smart. I think she might be rolling for 3-star Udyr over here. And she's just 1 away from that 3-star Udyr, but not willing to give up the Jannas, as Janna is her main carry at the moment. I think she might have best defense on her power-ups, which is really good at the moment, as it provides great damage against front lines.
We'll see if Newt Silver can hold on. She's on just 1 HP. Has to win this game to stay in the fight in week 1. Patat, top of the board, still has 54 health to spare.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh, very...
Comeback.
Wow.
Massive win there for Newt Silver. Stays
Newt
on 1
Silver.
HP, knocks Patat down to 41.
With one of our bots being kicked out of the tournament, securing top 4 for Patat, Extra Thick, and Newt Silver. Newt Silver hanging on to that 4th place. Absolutely iconic.
And that potentially puts her in reach of a podium. Netsubi just ahead of her on 24. 29 for Extra Thick, 41 for Patat. So still absolutely all up for grabs.
Yeah.
Newt Silver, though, definitely hanging on by something of a thread here.
Extra Thick with a questionable comp at the moment. Seems like he's stuck between deciding 2 different comps there. And might also be holding on to the Janna, so Patat can't get it, which is quite smart, but potentially infuriating for Patat. Patat's mentor bonus being stuck on Malzahar, but it won't be enough. Patat absolutely incinerating that front line there. I think Patat might be our winner at the moment if she keeps going like this. Oh, and Newt Silver losing, getting knocked out of the competition as we saw there.
But a valiant 4th place there, I would say,
Yeah.
for Newt Silver. Leaves just 3 players, 2 of which are our competitors, one of which a filler bot to make this a nice round even 8-player game. Patat sits on 41 in the lead. Netsubi on 24. Extra Thick, once led on 100 points, finds
Now
themselves
down to 11.
on just 11. Netsubi as well. The bot in the
Yeah.
versus the 2 players. The first to reach level 9.
Quite funny that a lot of our players have reached their 3 stars, but Patat is just, you know, rocking her 2 stars at the moment. Very close to her 3 stars, but she must be doing something right.
Definitely looks to be that way. I do wonder maybe if she's saving it, so maybe when she reaches level 9, or maybe just have an onslaught of those 3 stars later on and catch one of these guys off guard. But regardless,
Yeah.
Netsubi versus Patat now. Level 9 for Netsubi, of course. We'll see if that level advantage pays
But
dividends.
will it be enough to defeat Patat's domination? So far,
Not sure.
yes, very close. Yumi. Oh no. Patat, like, unfortunately, Rakan sustained just
And Extra Thick is out. See her there on the right-hand side.
Extra Thick, yeah, losing to, I'm not sure actually, but 3rd place, which leaves Patat and one of the bots.
I'm hoping for the university's sake that our player pulls through against a bunch of 1s and 0s, but
Yeah.
for the sake of commentary, we will remain unbiased as Patat and Netsubi will enter their finals
Patat
fights
getting
now.
her 3-star Udia there.
Go. That's a big big choice there, I think, for Patat.
Yeah.
That could be the difference maker. Just 27 versus 24 here, so you'd have to imagine we are quite near the end game now. Just a couple more fights between these two combatants here.
Yeah, both players on equal health as well, so it's...
All to play for.
yeah. And we'll see here going into the last round. That's a very scary Rakan. He just... That Rakan is going to heal and heal and heal, but hopefully Patat will have enough damage to combat it.
Seeing already a lot of health loss immediately on the top of your screen there, but good healing there as well for Netsubi.
Yeah,
But I think Patat's just doing enough damage with the front line. But Netsubi gets it done.
That Rakan got down to like 1 health, but survived, which is absolutely insane.
Not a sweep by any stretch of the imagination. Patat's front line, I think, looked particularly strong, but just a bit too much domination there from Netsubi. He now takes the lead 24 to 10, so a must win for Patat.
Natsubi with 3 stars there. Patat looking for Janna, but I think it might be time to give Janna up and move the items to some more questionable, actually, that she has a Rise there and a Senna, both equally, Rise being a 4 cost, Senna being a 3 cost, but Janna on 2 cost there. Potentially would have been a good idea to move items around, but...
A must win now for Patat in her fight against Netsubi here. And we enter the battlefield once more. The same matchup as you saw just a few seconds ago. It's Patat on 10 health, Netsubi on 24. The ball in Netsubi's court, trying to upset, really, the students here as a bot trying to take victory in week 1 of the Hive Esports Team Tactics series.
One of our bots. Well,
gets it done.
Beautiful execute there. Well done to Patat for 2nd place, and well done to all of our other players. And we will see you after our break.
So that was our first game
that was our
of the
first
Hive
game.
Esports Teamfight Tactics series. Netsubi, one of our bots.
One of our bots.
Taking the victory of the highest placing student. Patat ended up 2nd.
We should invite them, get them on here.
Definitely.
Give them their points.
Absolutely. What were the main talking points, the main highlights you saw out of that first game, George?
Well, I saw a lot of 3 stars, so we had lots of rerolls, and there were 3 players trying to go for the mech pilot comp, so maybe a little bit more scouting could have been done, but, you know, a very interesting game indeed.
Absolutely, and I don't know if we have any tabs on how our second lobby went as to who might have won. I think they also had 5 players, so they would have had 3 filler bots themselves as well. So
yeah, we will find that out soon, and we will give you the information then.
Absolutely, but I think we're just going to go a little bit of a break, take a breather after what was an exhilarating first game in the Hive Esports Teamfight Tactics series. We'll be back very shortly. See you soon. And we are back. Only halfway done with the action tonight for week 1 of the Hive Esports Teamfight Tactics series here at the University of Chichester on twitch.tv/Hive Esports Games. An exhilarating first round of action of which we spectated lobby number 1, where one of our bots, Nitsubi, came out on top with Patat, highest of the students, in second place, Extra Thick in third, Newt Silver in fourth, Steph unfortunately slumping just a P8. In the other lobby as well, Jai took the crown, not in first place. We were beaten by the bots in both games. Jai ended up second, Coco Slayer fourth, Pasta fifth, Mr. Mango in seventh. So that means that as we run with points, Jai and Patat currently lead the way.
Yeah, very well done to both players and well done to everyone else. Hopefully you guys can keep it up in the next games. But just a quick thank you for everyone for all of the support.
Yeah, 15 peak viewers, peak concurrent.
Peak
That's
viewers,
a lot of
insane.
people.
Hopefully
Like
we
people
can
always
keep
say
up
like,
the
"Oh,
hype.
thanks for like however many thousand."
Yeah.
But I couldn't speak in front of 15 people.
Baby steps.
But
No,
I guess we are
I'm
right
scared now. I was expecting like minimal people, but
I was
Hey,
expecting a bit like
guys.
my streams where I'm like talking to myself or like
Yeah.
one person. But
see,
15 people, so thank you everyone for tuning in for what's hopefully some good team fight tactics action. We've got our second of our 2 games, I believe,
Yeah.
coming up in just a moment. We'll be spectating the same lobby, Steph, Newt, Nikiti, Patat, and Extra Thick, the same players that we watched last time. But of course, Jai, Coco Pasta, and Mango will also be playing concurrently alongside us, getting their own points. And hopefully, at the end of this, we'll have a nice big leaderboard to show off for everyone
Yes.
so we know where everyone stands in points at the end of week number 1. And we'll start to get our bearings on who might be taking that prize home at the end. But
Very
now that we
exciting.
kind of know everyone's strengths, I definitely don't think we've seen everyone's best. Steph
Yeah.
is definitely not an 8th place player by
Yeah.
any means, but now that we know roughly what these guys are capable of, are we starting to maybe change or shift our expectations going into this second game?
Yeah, like, yeah, very disappointed in Steph. Steph, pull up your
Tut
game,
tut.
okay? I know you can do better than that, but very surprising from Nick as well. She was very surprised with herself. So, congratulations, Nick, for coming sixth. We're very proud of you here from the Hive team. But yeah, Patat making waves as well, like coming second. So, congratulations. But hopefully, I'm rooting for a Steph victory this game, okay?
Fair enough. I mean, I suppose he is in our class. We kind of have to
Oh,
root for our
yeah.
own cohort in second year, but I think it'll be nice to see Steph make a comeback. He's definitely, like we say, he's not an 8th place player by any means.
Yeah.
He's a proper contender, and I think it'd be nice to
Yeah.
tighten up the leaderboard if
Yeah.
he can get a good points haul
Get that
out
competition
of
and
this
excitement
second
going.
game. We want this as close as down to the wire as possible, so that ideally we don't want any idea who's going to win going
Yeah.
into week 10. We want
Yeah.
to be surprised,
Surprised, kept on anticipation. Like,
Absolutely.
don't want it to be the same people every week. So if you're
No.
doing too good, like give everyone else a chance.
And honestly, I don't think it will be like. I mean, we definitely had guys like Patat and Extra Thick in that first game that we were spectating, sort of running away with it. It wasn't totally a sweep, but they definitely established themselves as properly strong players.
prominent
They
contenders, yeah,
kept
yeah.
themselves at high health for a long time. But I
Yes,
mean, you had
especially
guys
with
like
Extra Thick, yeah.
Steph and Nikiti winning their own games as well against guys like Patat, as well as those
Yeah.
really high-ranking bots. So they are capable of good things. I think it's going to be a lot of unknowns for these first few weeks.
Yeah. We are going to take 2 minutes. And we will be back very shortly. Sorry for the delay.
Yeah, we've just got the next game coming up in just a couple of minutes. We're just getting the lobby all set up once again. we're back once again. Apologies for that quick little unscheduled break. We had a bit of a technical difficulty with Teamfight Tactics trying to get the spectating working. They started playing while we were still yapping. So not ideal, but we are now going to jump in to game number 2 in week 1 of our Hive Esports Teamfight Tactics series in just a moment. And there we are, already in phase 2-1, level 4.
Yeah.
So we've missed a bit, but what we can tell you is Nicotine and Extra Thick and It's Steph and Newt Silver still all on 100 points.
Oh, love that.
In this planning
our chai
phase.
girlies winning at the moment. Yeah, it appears people are going for similar comps as last game. I've seen a couple of mech pilots. I'm seeing potentially what looks like Soul Fighter, not Street Fighter, wrong game. But yeah.
So definitely the students are doing a bit better this time round. We've got for our bots, we've got Dodie, Pepsi, and Ban Nightshade. I am particularly impressed at the creativity of the bot names in this game. Most, I would just expect like a general, like just a noun that you'd pluck out of a dictionary. But they've done very well with the creative names. I'm almost mistaking them for real people.
The bots are coming far. It appears New Silver is going for the same Kog'Maw this game, except for it looks like she's going Bastion instead of Heavyweight. Another good comp at the moment, but again, a scaling comp. But it seems she's going to take up a Tat. Swain coming in with the Atomic right there. Very good clutch.
That's a big win there.
Oh, that's a lot of
Silver.
for Newt Silver. There we go, yeah.
Finished 4th in game number 1, so currently has just 4 points, or 5 points, I should say.
Yeah.
To her name at the moment. Steph just
going
on the
back
1, but as you can see, is currently tied top of the leaderboard with Newt and Extra Thick. So potentially all 8 points could be going to Steph at the end of this, but of course we're still only in 2-3, so lots of unknowns right now.
Yeah, it appears Extra Thick is going Soul Fighter, potentially, maybe Soul Fighter Protector. Steph taking a note out of Patat's book and going Mech Pilot again. It appears Steph is coming off with a really strong start. I think he's going to take this victory. Yeah, no chance for Extra Thick there.
Extra Thick now getting ganked really with his last couple of characters. Steph just with the numerical advantage, and that is the win for Steph. Extra Thick loses 5 points. It's now just Newt and Steph still left on 100. Extra Thick down to 3rd. Back into the carousel.
Steph with confidence there, I believe. Yeah. Hoping he... Steph doing lots of damage to Extra Thick there. 4-unit loss, especially at this point in the game. That's pretty big. And back to the carousel. People getting their units. Hopefully people are going to get what they want. Manifesting no theft in this carousel.
It's like a game of musical chairs, isn't it? This carousel.
A bit of rivalry between Newt Silver and Steph there. Both going for the same unit, but not getting there just a bit quicker.
And back in the planning phase, phase 2-5, 30 seconds for everyone to decide their compositions. You see Newt, Silver, and Steph, and Dodie, and Extra Thick. Everyone up to level 5 almost. Nicotine still on level 4. As you see there in the bottom left of your screen. But as we've seen before, the lower levels, Nicotine comes back, and those lower levels aren't necessarily the be-all and end-all.
Yeah, we're Nicotine fans on this channel.
We are Nicotine fans on this channel. We're part of the Nicotine Hive.
Wow, the Nicotine Hive. Nicotine Hive, we love Nicotine here. Nicotine appears to be going Wraith. I'm not sure if that's what she went last game, but I think it's pretty similar. So hopefully it works out for her this round.
I'd say it seems to be working pretty well already. One pick in the middle of the park there for Nicotine. Extra Thick on the back foot somewhat. That's a second pick, I believe, we saw there for Nicotine. Really starting to wear down in the center of the battlefield here. Extra Thick's characters, and of course you see at the back left, Nicotine has a good amount of ranged firepower as well. And that's the win for Nicotine. Dominant. I don't think she lost a single character that game.
No, I think she might have lost one, but maybe one. Maybe just that one little Aatrox back there. But yeah, the Wraith healing, the 4 Wraith, absolutely coming through for her right there. As we can see, she has one of those Lulus, which Nat is definitely going to be wanting. Newt Silver, I mean, don't know who Nat is. But yeah, Steph still going Mighty Mac, popping a Katarina in there, potentially going Executioner. Again, maybe going the same route Patat did last game and going for that Mentor, but as we saw, that was really prominent, so very smart from Steph here. Against Patat now, who appears to be going Battle Academia. She's only level 4, potentially a reroll comp here.
Steph looks to be doing big damage in the middle of the park, gets that one pick, and immediately has a massive number advantage already. Just 3 characters remaining in Patat's army. Now 2, now 1, and you'd have to imagine this is going to go the way of Steph now in just a couple of moments, and that's it. Steph still retaining that perfect record. 5 wins in a row, remains on 100 points. Patat down to just 83. Elsewhere, Newt Silver versus Extra Thick, and Newt Silver gets that done. 5 in a row.
Yeah, like a few big sweeps this round. Oh, Skull Puddle. I love Skull Puddle. Skull Puddle's going to provide them with lots of gold and lots more items. And if it's Crab Rave, they'll start dancing for us, which is exciting. But yeah, lots of big losses at the moment. We've seen Extra Thick just taking a big 4 loss. Yeah, Newt Silver and Steph absolutely sweeping people at the moment.
Definitely, both still retaining their perfect records. Both got a win streak of 5 or above. And this is now Patat trying to get some momentum back in their favor. You see, it's Steph on the right-hand side there, up to a 5-win streak, as well as Newt Silver.
Yeah, a bit of Crab Rave. I love Crab Rave. Look at those little guys just dancing there. Yeah.
And we're into phase 3-1. Back to planning for all of our combatants here.
Patat with a lot of items. It seems she might be still on the fence about what she's picking.
Steph and Newt both up to level 6 immediately. These guys really now taking advantage of their win streaks, getting those levels. Extra Thick and Dodie not far behind them as well. Nicotine still at level 5. I think Extra Thick still at level 5. So still
Nicotine rolling for her units. Yeah. Nicotine going for her units. Hopefully Wraith pays off for this game. Again, Nicotine fans on this channel. Hopefully it pays off for her this time.
Looks to be going well here. Immediately going to get 1 pick in the middle of the battlefield. Patat on the back foot immediately here. A good pick though for Patat. We'll see if Nicotine can respond. It's 3-on-2 in the favor of Patat. Patat sort of brought it back here, 3 versus 1. And I think Nicotine's 3-win streak might be over. It is. Newt Silver up to 6, as I think she took down Steph to end his win streak. Newt Silver now alone at the top of the board on 100 points. Nicotine, her 3-win streak is now over. And all of a sudden, the complexion of this game has changed quite drastically.
Justice for Nicotine, yeah. Yeah, we saw Patat slam Edge of Night on the Rakan there, so giving him a bit of extra time and health. But as we see, we got our augments here. A magic roll. That seems exciting. And that's what she went for, so we'll see what she gets in just a second. She's got a mid-roll, but oh, wow. Wait, I've never seen that before. That's insane. That is screaming right now. 2 2-star Lulus. Nick has just robbed that blind.
Are we cooking? Is Nicotine cooking?
I fear Nicotine's cooking. If she holds,
Nicotine may be cooking. We're going to see Newt Silver in her own planning phase here, as we are just about to enter another round of combat here. And it's going to be Ban Nightshade versus Newt Silver, I believe. One of our bots going up against one of our students here, level 6 versus level 5. You'd have to imagine this is all coming up. Newt Silver, who still stands alone at the top of the board with 100 health points, remains undefeated, 6 in a row. And already a pick in the middle of the park. Might make it 2 here in just a minute, although Ban Nightshade is going to get a pick of his own. And now it's a 4v1, and it goes the way of Newt Silver. 7 in a row.
Absolute sweep for Newt Silver, although I fear if Nicotine still has those Lulus, Newt Silver might not be able to scale, but as we can see, they're extra thick with the full cost set already. That's insane for this early stage, so a very strong comp at the moment.
Strong comps all around. We're now focused on Steph.
Got the rise, another 4 cost. Lots of 4 costs at the moment. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, potentially going for the Mentor or Executioner. Again, Mighty Mac, Senna, Executioner, Mighty Mac. So potentially Executioner. That feels very Steph core actually. So I'm here for that.
Definitely. Steph sitting in position number 3 on 92. Did hold that perfect win streak before losing to Newt Silver just a few moments ago. Newt Silver still holding that 7-win streak. And we've now got Steph going up against Dodie here, trying to put another win against the bots here. Dodie in second place, so this is definitely something of a tight matchup. These bots not to be trifled with, but I'm already seeing a lot of low health for Dodie here, and this could spell bad things for our bot here. A numerical disadvantage for Dodie. Looks to be all coming up Steph, but Dodie still coming up with a fight here. Dodie ends up getting the win. A bit of a comeback there for Dodie. He's on his own 5-win streak, and it's Steph down to 84 points.
Yeah, Dodie on a win streak there. Steph, his backline got collapsed on by that one Darius. I feel like if the Darius hadn't have gotten to that rise, he might have been able to take that victory, but unfortunate. Seeing some spatulas and frying pans on the board here could be potentially game deciding for some people.
So we enter the carousel. Newt Silver still has a perfect record with 100 points. That fire burning bright, as well as for Dodie on 92 points. It's Steph in third, Patat fourth, Extra Thick, Nicotine, Ban Nightshade, and Pepepsi rounding out our 8 players. Pepepsi at the foot of the leaderboard on just 50 points. Everyone collecting their items. Anything stand out to you?
Well, again, like I mentioned a second ago, lots of spatulas and frying pans, so I feel like we're going to see a lot of emblems in a minute. Ooh. Nicotine getting her Latent Forge, getting her Artifact Anvil. I've seen a couple of artifacts this game, actually. So, again, very strong items, but potentially really niche.
Newt Silver and Steph up to level 7 as well, you see there.
Nicotine really smart here, going for Rammus. Basically, the way Lulu works is she is 3 different characters in one. So, even though Newt Silver is going the same, Nicotine can change to the Rammus to still get those units. And again, very ahead. She's going to be really close to getting that 3-star 3 cost. And again, Rammus is one of those Lulu units, so insane scaling into the late game. As you can see here, Dodie versus Nicotine.
This looked good for Nicotine. I'm already seeing 2 very, very big picks in the middle of the park. Massive numerical advantage. This is all coming up Nicotine to get that win streak back. Now just 4 on 1. Dodie doesn't stand a chance at all, and that's from 1 level below. Of course, not to be mistaken, Nicotine gets the dub easily over Dodie. Now reignites that win streak up to 1 for Nicotine, 6th on the board right now. Could be something of a Nicotine comeback, as we mentioned in game number 1.
We love to see a Nicotine comeback, and yeah, knocking Dodie off of that win streak, that's going to affect their economy quite a lot. As we can see, power-ups being gifted to our players again, so hopefully our players can make good use of those. Nicotine getting those Rammuses, very close to a 3-star Rammus. It looks like she's also rolling for a 3-star Kale, potentially a Jhin as well. Oh, she's 1 Rammus away on level 5. That's insane.
So what does that potentially mean for Nicotine then?
Wow, a 3-star 3 cost this early in the game is going to just let Nicotine snowball like crazy, I fear. Nicotine's already the underdog. She's like slaying.
She's doing very, very well. Not to be underestimated is Nicotine. Shino goes up against bottom of the leaderboard, Pepepsi, one of our resident bots here. And that 3-star 3 cost might just come in handy for Nicotine here. Already some good picks in the middle of the park. Takes down the Big Mech in the middle of the park here. Pepepsi not going down without a fight here though.
Yeah, and unfortunately,
Pepepsi getting the win.
Has a lot of damage at the moment. Unfortunately, Nicotine 1 away from that 3-star Rammus, unfortunately. But yeah, Pepepsi. What a fun name, Pepepsi. Actually,
it's quite fun to say.
I keep saying that in my head.
Pepepsi.
Making ASMR on this channel.
You reckon he's good friends with Coca-Cola?
Nicotine getting that 3-star Rammus at 3-7, insane. People scouting her out now. Probably jealous of that 3-star 3 cost, but 6 Soulfire for Extra Thick right here. Again, he has the Set and the Samira, 2 4 costs at level 7 with still 50 economy.
On that 2 losing streak as well, so potentially wants to come up against those stronger opponents to keep that losing streak going.
Yeah, got some mentor units, so potentially considering a pivot at some point. That or holding units from either Steph or Patat. Don't want to give Patat that mentor again, but Steph might be going for Executioner, never mind. Steph is going Mighty Mech Executioner. Again, very on brand for Steph. I feel like he also seems very close to a 3-star Lucian. Seeing lots of 3-stars today, I'm noticing that pattern.
There's another one for Pepsi, another 3-star Atrox he
Pepsi.
picks. Pepsi is now going to go up against Steph as well.
Oh.
A 2-level difference. Steph managed to get up to level 7. Pepsi just at level 5, and I do wonder if that's going to be the difference maker. We're already seeing a pick in favor of Steph in the middle of the battlefield. I'm seeing another one. So just 2 characters remaining for Pepsi, and now the American disadvantage, but Pepsi came back.
Steph, that's
So
that
big win for
Lucian,
Pepsi.
that Lucian changing targets right at the last moment. If only that Rise were able to cast once more time. Yeah, unfortunately that level advantage wasn't able to do much for him, but it also appears that Steph and Pepsi are going the same comp. But as you see, Steph with a golden egg there, absolutely love golden egg as well. Golden egg, if he manages to unlock that golden egg, he'll get insane amounts of rewards. And Newt Silver with Cult of Chaos there again. Cult of Chaos, very exciting augment to get. Newt Silver going for 3-star Swain and potentially that 3-star Colmore as well. Another 3-cost reroll comp.
Nothing
to
to
see
keep
it.
an eye on. Newt Silver has lost that win streak.
Oh,
She's
true.
down to 89. I think she must have got up to about 10 or 11. She was
Yeah.
absolutely
Newt Silver-
steamrolling, but
Newt
she
Silver
has
getting a
lost her most
roll.
recent game down to 89. So the perfect record is gone.
Yeah.
That's
Newt
going to
Silver-
change things because she doesn't have a win or lose streak now. Her econ
True.
won't be as good.
Especially as she's a reroll girly. You know, she's going to lose that econ, but she did just get a 5-cost bronze, so we'll see how that changes things up soon, hopefully.
Looks immediately very strong. Big numerical advantage. Now getting into Dodie's backline here, and that was
Wow, an
just about as
insane
commanding as
sweep.
it gets for
Yeah.
Newt Silver. Back on the win streak. Dodie down in 5th place now. Newt Silver still leading the way with a big win over Dodie. As a commanding lead over Steph by 15 points, and back in the planning phase, I don't think that one single loss is bothering Newt Silver all that much.
No, she's back on that reroll. She's very close to 3-star. Oh, she just got 3-star Swain, a very good character, especially because he's really tanky and gets lots of heals. So that's going to be a huge obstacle for the enemy team. Oh, Nicotine, our queen. Looks like she got that. She got 3-star Kale as well. Hopefully she's able to level up and continue going.
And it's going to be Nicotine versus Extra Thick here. Both of them sat together in the bottom left corner. I think they're just watching their minions go at it in the middle of the battlefield here.
They're just vibing.
They're just vibing. Their
Just
minions
vibing.
don't seem to be vibing all too much, and it seems to me, I think
This is very
Nicotine.
close at the moment. That Ram is sustaining its health, but
a strong
Extra Thick not
backline there
going
up at the top
down.
of the screen as well, and immediately the big numerical advantage now coming in.
lots of damage and lots of sustain from Nicotine. Unfortunately, that Malzahar was just able to get that Samira, so she was taking lots of damage over time. Nicotine comeback. Nicotine fans on this channel, in this series.
She's back up into 5th place still. As we enter the carousel, once again, Newt Silver leads by 25 health points over Potato, who sits on 64, closely followed by Steph on 61. Pepsi and Nicotine tied for 4th on 42, Extra Thick on 38, Dodie on 34, Ban Nightshade perilously close to elimination, sits on just 7 health points. And as we go through our little item grabbing carousel, anything standing out to you, George?
Well, I fear Newt Silver might have wanted that Brawn that Steph took, but yeah, a couple of 5-costs on the carousel, and people actually took them this round, which is quite nice. So yeah, Newt Silver getting Archangel's Staff on Cogmore, so a huge boost in power for that Cogmore right there.
I see Dodie getting up to level 7 as well, so everyone's starting to get their levels up. I think I saw Extra Thick quite a while ago get up to level 8. I do wonder if he's at all close potentially to leveling up once again. So Extra Thick getting something of a level advantage, albeit he does sit 6th on the leaderboard right now. We've got Patat versus Pepsi now going at it. We'll see if the level advantage can pay dividends for Patat on 64 points. Currently sits 2nd on the leaderboard. He's evidently been quite strong. Well, she's evidently been quite strong, pardon me, in the early going of this game. But Pepsi looking very, very strong. Gets the win.
An absolute
Over Patat.
sweep against Patat there. Pepsi, the one with the funky name. We love Pepsi. But Pepsi on a win streak there. And yeah, going back to Extra Thick's leveling earlier, yeah, level 8, 90 gold, which is very beneficial for his team because he's going, instead of like the rest of our players, he's got more of a like high roll comp. But, you know, like Nude Silver with their free cost reroll and Nicotine as well. So hopefully he'll be able to maintain that level advantage upon everyone else.
Definitely, as we are about to once again jump down through the portal and get another set of matchups. And we've got Dodie versus Extra Thick. Matchup near the bottom of the leaderboard, 6th versus 7th here. Dodie perilously close to elimination alongside Ban Nightshade, who actually is now out of the game. So just the single point for Ban Nightshade, 8th and last. We'll see if Dodie can hang on just 20 points here. Extra Thick piling on the pressure. It looks quite commanding. Picks all over the shop here. And that's Extra Thick getting the win over Dodie, down to just 7 points. Extra Thick up to 4th.
Indeed, that high roll advantage with Extra Thick's comp. Yeah, Dodie just couldn't. Going into our little crab rave again. Those little guys are going to get jiggy with it. Can't wait to see that again.
Some celebratory dancing for the crab ravers as Extra Thick takes another victory and finds himself onto the podium for the first time in this second round of competition in week 1 of the Hive Esports Teamfight Tactics Series. Now we've got Patat going up against
those little crabs, those little dancing crabbies.
Speaking
of the podium, again, our Chai girlies, all top 5 right there.
There we
Steph
go.
in 5th, potentially might get on that leaderboard, but I think I want Nicotine to stay in that 4th spot. Keep her up there. Again, Nicotine fans over here.
It's looking good for all of the Chai challenges here, as Newt Silver up at the top of the leaderboard now. Finally, it gets to level 8 alongside Nicotine as well, as you see on the right-hand side of your screen. Pepsi up to level 7. So a bit lagging behind is Pepsi as Steph hits level 9.
And
so
Nude Silver hitting that 3-star Kog'Maw again. Again, with the Kog'Maw, very scaling character, so hopefully that'll be able to take her through. Extra Thick against Patat here. Extra Thick high rolling with Patat at level 7, but she still has a 2-star Yumi there. Hopefully that'll be enough damage to take down Extra Thick's frontline, and it seems like it might be.
Immediately looking more offensively potent is Patat. Definitely not going down without a fight though is Extra Thick, but unfortunately Patat just overwhelming there with too much damage, and that's a big win for Patat, who now finds herself in second place here. Steph down to 6th. Pepsi with a big win for themselves, up into third place.
Yeah, unfortunately Dodie out there.
Dodie is out, so 2 of the 3 bots have fallen in 7th and last place. So it's looking a lot better for the Chai challenges.
Looking better for our Chai girlies, yeah.
It did last time around. Newt Silver
Newt Silver,
ready
very
to try and
close to
defend that
her.
win streak. She's back up to 5 wins already. Now coming up against someone else who's on a hot streak, Patat. She as well has taken a couple wins on the bounce, and Patat has looked very, very strong on the offensive, but Newt Silver massively, massively strong, but Patat gets herself a couple of picks as well. This is very, very tight, but I think it's going to be Patat here, as she just gets all those picks in quick succession. It's a 4 versus 1. Patat gets the win. Newt Silver dealt another blow here with a 5 win streak going down here, and that just narrows the gap at the top of the leaderboard. Elsewhere, Extra Thick.
Unfortunate for Steph there. His last unit, like a unit 1v1, but the Extra Thick's unit very low health. But yeah, steamrolling is Nude Silver. But yeah, unfortunately, Patat is like Patat has damage. Patat has sustain. Patat has those 3 stars. Patat also has that Yumi 2-star with like perfect items. So yeah, unfortunately, Nicotine down to 4th place and Steph down to 6th. Hopefully those guys can start doing a little bit better. But yeah, Pepsi in 3rd.
We're now going to have Nikiti versus Steph, two level 9 combatants. They're both at the bottom of the leaderboard. A must win for both of them. They both sit on just 13 health points. This could be the decider for both of them. Steph really needs to win. Finished 8th last game. Has just the 1 point to his name so far. And that's going to be done for Steph. 6th place.
That 3-star Rammus from Nikiti, like unkillable at the moment. But yeah, unfortunately, it's Steph's Mighty Mech just not finishing that cast, which could have been a deciding factor in that battle, as it would have destroyed that backline, but unfortunately not enough. Back to the carousel now. Got some emblems up there. Nikiti taking the Executioner emblem.
Nikiti now next on the chopping block, as it were, sits on just 13 health points, but Pepsi and Extra Thick on just 18 and 19. That's all the way up to 3rd now. Anyone you think got a particularly good deal out of that most recent carousel?
Ooh, I'm not sure. But currently it looks like Extra Thick is very close to a 3-star set, which would be very deciding for this game. So potentially really scary threat there. But yeah, very low health these people are at the moment. Again, we have 51, 21, 18, and 13. So very close for the people in the bottom at the moment. But Nude Silver steamrolling ahead on 76 health. Insane.
And now we've got Patat against Extra Thick. Extra Thick definitely with their back against the wall somewhat versus Patat. She's got over double the health that Extra Thick does. We'll see if Thick can do something about it. Patat getting a few picks for herself here. And immediately an authoritative win for Patat. Gets herself a 5-win streak. Extra Thick down to just 7 points now. Pepsi down to just 5 as Newt Silver takes them down. Nikiti out of the game in 5th place. So
better than her 6th place. So we're proud of you, Nikiti. So proud. Definitely. But yeah, Extra Thick, although high rolling and very, very close to 3-star stat, just Patat just has damage. I wonder if Newt Silver will be able to handle that. Ooh. Nude Silver with the 3 stars in the front line. And that 3-star Kokomo that she loves a lot. But yeah, Pepsi in 4th. Unfortunate again for Nikiti and Steph.
And it's going to be a must-win essentially for Extra Thick and Pepsi, who are going to go against each other, because we're looking at Newt Silver versus Patat, a very important matchup. Both of these combatants on very, very high health.
Yeah.
So we'll see who can get it done, because I think this will be a big turning point. Whoever can get the win out of this one. Patat on a 5-win streak herself.
Looking very close at the moment.
Looking very close indeed. Ooh. But that backline going to just about get it done. Patat keeps her win streak alive. Close. 6 wins. And the deficit brought just that little bit closer. Newt Silver down to 67 points. Elsewhere, Extra Thick defeated by Pepsi. They're out of the game. Pepsi seemingly not down and out as such, but wasn't doing too hot at the beginning.
Yeah. Pepsi comeback.
Pepsi comeback potentially sits on just 5 health points though.
But Pepsi could be taken out by the crab this round, which would be really awkward and unfortunate for Pepsi there. Hopefully our other contestants can defeat the crab before it defeats them. Love that guy. Look at him getting G in the middle of the dance floor.
Having a good little dance here.
Wish I had that confidence. Look at him go. Looks like everyone's able to defeat the crab there.
Patat gets it done. Pepsi gets it done. Newt Silver
struggling a little bit, unfortunately.
But I think doing considerable damage to the crab.
Unfortunately, she'll lose a little bit of health for that, but not too much.
So not ideal for Newt Silver. That's going to dock her another 11 points, and that's going to bring her just a little bit closer to Patat, who is now just 5 points behind. So
yeah, again, Patat, like underdog of the game, like coming straight through. Absolutely insane. Whatever Patat's on, I want some of it. Like, Patat got that knowledge.
If I ever get into TFT, I know who I want coaching me.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Patat seems like the one to go to. Might even have to get myself a lesson from Patat here.
She's doing exceptionally well here, and now she's going to go up against Pepsi here. And we'll see, with just 3 players in the game, this is a must-win for Pepsi if they are to stay alive here on just 5 health points. But Patat, again, looks massively strong offensively, is getting massive picks in the middle of the park here. Pepsi, though, getting picks of their own here. That backline looking particularly strong. Trying to get picks in the middle. I think Pepsi might just about get it done. It's 2-on-2.
Ooh,
And Patat just about gets
Patat-
it done.
Patat
Massively
coming in
close
clutch,
game.
taking out Pepsi.
And Pepsi now out of the game, and it is now a 1v1. We are going to see just a couple games more, I think, between Newt Silver and Patat. Both of them still on a considerable amount of health. Both of them over half.
Yeah.
And both of them with extremely strong compositions here.
And Newt Silver having a little dance there, potentially trying to make a peace with Patat, but I don't think Patat's gonna full threat Patat going for that 3-star Yumi, but also potentially even getting that prismatic Battle Academia there. Let's see how close she is to it. Very close. So if this game goes on too long, she will get that prismatic. And as we can see, Patat with the champion duplicator, so she's only 2 Yumis away. Can Newt Silver defeat Patat, or will Patat remain undefeated?
Patat on a 7-win streak, so she absolutely has the momentum on her side. Newt Silver losing her most recent game, but immediately this looks very, very tight. Picks for both sides. Single 1v1 down on the bottom now becomes a 2v1, and it's going to go the way of Patat, and that promotes her up to the top of the leaderboard with an 8-game win streak. Newt Silver getting on a bit of a losing streak.
Yeah, Patat is not giving this up for Newt Silver. Hopefully when they make it to Carousel, that will give them something. But I really fear for Newt Silver at the moment. But again, second place is still considerable, so...
It'll be a good point haul for Newt Silver if even at this point. Got 4th place, that's already 5 points. 7 points again for second place. It'll be a good start to the series for Newt Silver that will definitely put her up towards the sharp end of the table. But Patat currently leads the way in the table, of course, alongside Jai, both getting second place in their own respective games. And as it stands, Patat will take a commanding lead at the top of the standings if she is able to win this game. Newt Silver had an authoritative stranglehold on this at the beginning of the game, went 11 games unbeaten, I believe, right at the start before eventually losing, and Patat has since come on in leaps and bounds, has an 8-game winning streak of her own. And as we re-engage the fight once again, it looks even stronger for Patat, but Newt Silver coming back with attacks of her own. And it's a 3v1 the way of Newt Silver. Newt Silver's going to get the win.
Oh, Newt
She's
Silver
back up
making
to the
that
leaderboard.
comeback.
The 8-game streak is over. We are back to the carousel. Still all to play for between Newt Silver and Patat.
Wow, very close. Very well done from Newt Silver there. I thought Patat would absolutely steamroll, but apparently not. Unfortunately, Patat very close to that 3-star Yumi, and also very close to 8 prismatic Battle Academia. Patat getting that Gargoyle Stone Plate, gonna reduce her damage by quite a bit there, but unfortunately not gonna get any more Yumis. Yeah, only 20 points away from Battle Academia Prismatic, which would be amazing to see this game, but actually just 2 more rounds for Patat to get Battle Academia. So hopefully Newt Silver can win, because I personally would love to see that.
Definitely would make things tighter up at the top of the standings if Newt Silver's able to get it done, but I think Patat will take a commanding lead at the top of the standings alongside Jai, who we've just learned has won his game as well. So a second and a first for Jai in lobby number 2 puts him on 15 points, who currently leads the series standings. Patat has to win to equal that. So Newt Silver definitely in position to cause something of an upset, finish 4th in game number 1.
Unfortunately, she's not able to hold on to that bit of strength that she had last round. Unfortunate.
Newt Silver down to just 29 points now.
Yeah,
versus 37 for Patat. So still all to play for, only 8 points between them, but momentum has been the way of Patat, I would say.
This is very intense, like suspense. Like, who could win? Like Newt Silver coming back after getting demolished by Patat, but it looks like not much is happening at the moment. Newt Silver holding on to one of the Yumis, absolutely devious on her part. Not gonna let Patat get that 3-star Yumi. But I'm not sure if Patat needs it. Patat and Newt Silver back at it again.
Big picks for both sides again, right in the center of the battlefield here. Newt Silver needs a win here to try and take this game back from Patat, who's very much stolen it from her in this end game. Newt Silver, she had a stranglehold really on this game, as we mentioned. And
Yeah,
that's going to
Newt
be
Silver
a
coming
win
back.
for Newt
Unfortunately,
Silver.
that is a prismatic Battle Academia from Patat there. And as you will see next round, prismatic traits just go absolutely crazy, especially Battle Academia, which is considered one of the strongest prismatic traits to get. Again, as you will see, Katarina will non-stop cast, Yumi again non-stop casting, Garen extreme amounts of health, and Leona damage and lots of resistances. Yeah, see that Katarina just absolutely going off. Wow.
Damage all over the shop. You just see green numbers everywhere.
Yeah.
Green numbers everywhere. We look
That
back.
crab
Newt
just
Silver as well doing the
stood
business.
no chance, yeah.
Both of these competitors look particularly strong heading into their final matchups here. 29 versus 22. Something has to give between these two.
Yeah, I feel like that
And-
might be the Prismatic Battle Academia right there. Yeah, very well played from Patat. That's an extreme feat to achieve. Again, Battle Academia considered one of the strongest, but again, extremely difficult to get. So unfortunate for Newt Silver there. Not much he can do here, unfortunately.
See what Patat chooses in this final planning phase, but really most of the planning at this point is done.
Yeah.
As we enter the combat arena once again. Patat takes her position in the bottom left corner, Newt Silver right up in the middle of the battlefield as we once again commence a battle here. 29 points versus 22. This is looking very, very close. Unable to really tell who's going to get it done, but Patat with a commanding victory over Newt Silver that time. Newt Silver down to just 5 health points. And you'd have to imagine that is probably the biggest win for Patat that she's got so far, because that puts Newt Silver's back right against the wall.
Yeah, unfortunate. Again, unfortunate for Newt Silver. That was an extremely strong sweep from Patat there. Like, almost no units lost in that battle, except for maybe that one-star Braum. But, yeah, look at her dancing there. She knows she's won this.
She's done very, very well indeed. No, not without any resistance, definitely from Newt Silver. Like I say, she got a few wins herself. Patat, I think that 8-game streak, sort of the mid to late game, I think is what might have secured it.
Yeah.
That econ that she would have got definitely looks to be making the difference in what might be the final fight here. Newt Silver must win to keep her hopes alive of getting the win in game number 2. It's advantage Patat here, and again, big picks, not even close.
Done.
Patat wins game number 2.
Yeah, very well played from Patat there. Like, again, Prismatic Battle Academia. Oh, and I'm slouched. Sorry, everyone. Yeah, Prismatic Battle Academia, insane. So, yeah, very well done. I think I've only hit that like once, and I'm a TFT girly myself. But, yeah, insane game that was. Very close. Very well played from our Chai girlies. So, congratulations to everyone.
Yeah, definitely. It looked very, very close towards the end between Patat and Newt Silver. Both of them really a cut above the rest, I would say. Definitely in that second game.
Yeah.
If nothing else, they really, both those streaks, I think, gave them some really good econ. I think Newt Silver, we weren't really watching a lot of her games early game, but I think she got up to maybe 10, 11 wins in a row. It was massive for her.
Maybe, insane. Yeah, again, if not for that Prismatic Battle Academia, I think she would have had a chance. Again, Patat, although steamrolling, Newt Silver was still managing to take some victories at the end there. So, again, very well played from both of those contestants.
Definitely. Well, we are just about to wrap up. After 2 intense games of Teamfight Tactics action, we will come to you in week number 2, so you can find out who now leads the series standings, because we have to go away and calculate it. But after 2 intense games of Teamfight Tactics action for week 1, who do you have as a potential early champion pick, George?
Well, again, Patat absolutely storming the competition again with Jai as well. So hopefully we'll get to see those next week. But yeah, stay tuned, everyone. So yeah, thank you again for the support, and we will see you next Monday at 7 p.m.